My name is Boda Fabet. I have a PhD in comparative literature and I'm the founder of Omaha NGO in Iceland. For more information on Omaha, please visit the NGO website omaha.org. In this session, I would like to introduce the methods that I have been following in teaching Icelandic to the low-educated Arabic-speaking and Afghan nationals. This program is being introduced as an offline in-class program and also as an online virtual program, especially in the time of COVID. Some short videos have been introduced here to showcase the program. Refugees who are illiterate or have low levels of literacy face significant economic and social barriers in Iceland. Teaching low literate, culturally diverse learners to read, write, and speak Icelandic offers them the best possible opportunities to integrate, enabling them to contribute as workers, taxpayers, and consumers. However, due to a lack of resources and research-informed guidance, the majority of educators are faced with difficulties when teaching this population. When refugees first arrive, it can be challenging to adjust to an unfamiliar environment. The routine of attending school is often disrupted for a variety of environmental, social, and physical, emotional reasons, which can have negative effects on their well-being. For a refugee to develop intellectually, he or she needs constant access to knowledge. It is beyond the linguistic capacity of the newcomers to grasp the fundamental aspects of the progressive knowledge in a language that is alien to them and which they have not mastered yet, which is here Icelandic. Also, it is beyond the linguistic capacity of the newcomers to grasp the fundamental aspects of the progressive knowledge available in the world if they are initially illiterate in their mother tongue, which is here the showcase, Arabic and Dari. When a refugee arrives in Iceland or in any other country, he or she is displaced into an alien cultural, environmental, ideological, institutional, lingual, and social constructions. Offering a place for a refugee on the shores of Iceland or any other country is not as offering him or her home. It is another stage of displacement for this refugee, and he or she needs many, many long years to feel that he or she is not anymore displaced. Rather, he or she is finally home. In those many, many long years, it is a fundamental human right, basic for this displaced individual, to progress in a holistic approach. While the Icelandic language is the key to integrate into what is hoped to become his or her home, opening wide the gates of progressive knowledge for helping a displaced persona to progress and develop to the full of his or her capacity should not be limited or conditioned to learning Icelandic language. The key to empowering a displaced person is to empower him or her through education. And I'm quoting here reference World Bank 2018 document. Since 1948, education has been recognized as a basic human right, highlighting its role as a safeguard for human dignity and a foundation of freedom, justice, and peace. In Iceland, refugees are deprived of receiving progressive knowledge in their own language. This is happening due to a pre-decided understanding that accessing knowledge in Iceland is and must be conditioned with learning Icelandic. Because of this pre-decided understanding of the means for a refugee to access knowledge in Iceland, the refugees are deprived of one of their fundamental human rights, to In the process of introducing the concept of home to a displaced persona, he or she needs a bridge to cross over and to integrate. By displacing a displaced persona into an alien, foreign, and unknown world to him or her, without building bridges for him or her to cross over, he or she remains displaced and fails to integrate. Hence, the aim of the mother tongue literacy program for the low-educated individuals is to propose those bridges that shall help the displaced refugees to cross over to reach home. It is only then, when refugees succeed in crossing over the bridge, that they succeed in integrating into the Icelandic society. And it is only then that they truly feel they are finally have arrived home. The key to building a bridge for a displaced Arabic-speaking and Afghan nationals to cross over and integrate is to speak the language and culture. For a displaced persona to progress, he or she needs to find the bridge, relate to the bridge, and develops a safe feeling that the bridge is not alien to him or to her. Then to feel safe enough to walk towards the bridge, to receive encouragement to step forward, and to be accompanied throughout the entire journey of crossing the bridge towards home. It is then, that only then, that this displaced refugee will integrate successfully into the Icelandic society. Because, I'm quoting here also, integration of migrants into societies is not only a moral obligation, but it is also a tremendous potential benefit for host societies, as it brings new cultures, perspectives, skills, and talented people into the citizenry of nations. Accompanying displaced refugees in their journey towards home empowers them to accompany others during their bridge journey to find their home. To achieve this goal, schools are the key institutions in making this process possible. About this program, teaching a second language, and here Icelandic, to the low-educated individuals is a long-term program, and it includes literacy in the mother tongue, numeracy in the mother tongue, literacy in the second language, which is Icelandic here, numeracy in the second language, and this will lead into information technology proficiency, which is computer, because once they master the mother tongue and also the second language, the basics of the second language, it's very, very easy to introduce them to computer literacy.
دوباره اینا رو سعی میکنیم بنویسیم. دو روش هست برای نوشتن. ما این ب یه خط اینطوری، یه خط از این ور و یه خط از این ور و یه نقطه پایین. این چی میشه؟
ب.
این میشه ب. یه نقطه داره، یک نقطه پایین. این ب ما میبندیمش وقتی که آخر یک واژه یا یک کلمه هست. وقتی که اول و وسطه ما باز می‌نویسیمش. روش دومیش هم براتون می‌نویسم. خیلی آسونه، خیلی آسونه. همینطوری یه خط و یه خط از این ور. دیگه خط آخرش نمی‌نویسیم و این یک نقطه پایین. این میشه ب. پسر عموی ب یا دختر عموی ب یا برادر ب یا خواهر ب مثل خودشه ولی یه نقطه داخل داره. حالا ما الان داریم اینو گروهی میکنیم. یه خط پایین، یه خط بالا و یه خط بالا. مثل همدیگن، شبیه همدیگن، انگار اینکه دو قلوان، ولی این دفعه نقطه داخل میشه. این نقطه که داخله میشه نون. نه صدای
نه.
نه داره.
نون.
نون. و این آخر میبندیم ببینید. ولی وقتی که وسط ما مثلا میخوایم بنویسیم نان نون، وقتی وسط یا اوله آخرش رو واز میذاریم برای اینکه یه چیزی میخواد بهش بچسبه.
آره.
یه خط دراز و از این برم یه خط کوچولو و مثل ب هست ولی نقطهش داخله. این ب یه نقطه داره پایین، نه یه نقطه داره داخل. این فقط فرقشونه. ب نقطهش پایینه، نه نقطهش
نه.
داخله. شما میتونید حالا به زبون آیسلندی این نداریم که بگیم وسط و آخر. ما داریم میگیم ب بزرگ و ب کوچیک. ب بزرگ همیشه اول جمله میاد نه اول کلمه، ولی ما بهش میگیم که ب بزرگ و ب کوچیک. ب بزرگ یه خط اینطوری، یه خط دراز، یه دایره و یه دایره دیگه. این ب بزرگه. ب کوچیک یه خط و فقط یک دایره پایینش هست. شما لطفاً اینو تو دفترتون بنویسید.
خب شروع میکنیم. اصلا رأی منو برد بیرون. خب با از دست راست شروع میکنیم به 1 2 3 ولی همینی که مینویسم به شماره، لفظشم نوشتنشم به فارسی مینویسم برای اینکه این نوشتن فارسی هم جزئی ازشه. البته 1 مثل الفه، من میدونم شماها میدونید. 1 و زیرش مینویسم 1 که 1. 2 فارسی من 2 جور این 2 رو براتون مینویسم، فقط چون که بعضی وقتا تو کتاب اونجوری مینویسنش که قاطی نکنید. یه خط دراز از بالا و یه خط دراز از پایین، این 2، ولی همچنین این 2 رو مینویسن اینطوری. این شما اگر اینطوری دیدیش یا اینطوری دیدیش، دوتاش 2 هست. بعضی وقتا به روش عربی مینویسن که خط دراز بالا هست، بعضی وقتا بدون این یه قوس اینطوری می‌نویسن، این دوتاش معنی 2 میده. ولی بعضی وقتا تو عربی اگر اینو مثلا یه چیزی دیدید اینطوریه، شاید 3 هم بشه. این یک کمی شاید توش قاطی بکنید. این 2 و 3 مثل سینه. ببینید 3 تا این 2 تا قوسایی که به هم میکشیم، ولی به جای که سین قوس رو بیاریم بالا، این خط درازه. 3 شکلش اینطوریه. یه قوس و دایره سرش از دست راسته.
دایره سرش از دست راست. 6 میشه سکس. S A O X. سین کاف سین سکس. فارسیش هم میشه 6. شین و شین دست. 6. هفت اینطوریه، یه خط اینطوری و وسطش هم میشه یه خط بذاریم. 7 میشه اینطوری بنویسیم بدون خط و اینطوری هم میشه بنویسیمش. اینطوری. یعنی این دوتاش درسته مثل 4. 7 میشه شیر. 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 S ی او شیر. 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 ی او شیر. البته اول شیر صدای
To conclude, the mother tongue literacy is crucial because some of these refugees have never learned to hold a pen, read and write in their own language. Both Arabic and Dari are languages that are read and written from right to left, while Icelandic, like all the other Western languages, are read and written from left to right. These low-educated, semi-literate and illiterate refugees who have arrived in Iceland were deprived to develop and progress in their own lands. They were deprived of accessing knowledge. They were deprived of accessing the job market. They were left in the dark. Their capacities as a human being were limited. In its report on the spread of illiteracy in the MENA, Middle East, and North African region, UNESCO states that, and I'm quoting here, over 50 million adults are illiterate in the region, more than 2/3 of whom are women. The program will provide the skeleton that brings non-literate Afghan and Arabic-speaking adult migrants to A1 literacy, the basic beginner language level formalized by the Council of Europe. Until now, no such framework exists, meaning that non-schooled and low-educated adult Afghan and Arabic-speaking migrants do not receive structured learning support and are therefore falling through the net. Refugees who are illiterate or have low levels of literacy face significant economic and social barriers in Iceland. For more information, please visit omahai.org. Thank you very much for listening to this.